All right, hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. We are back yet again commentating the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. This is the next game up here on our commentary schedule. Good to see you all here in the chat. Hope you all are having a great day so far. Coming off of the 3-2 win for Pittsburgh in Game 5. There will be a Game 6 between the Flyers and the Pens. We'll see who can come out on top of that one. That'll be on Wednesday. And that should be fun. That should be a fun one. Good to see you all. Slowly flowing in the chat. How are we doing, everyone? As I pull it up, a lot of Mammoth fans here in the chat. A lot of Go Mammoths I'm seeing here. All right, puck drop coming up here in just a moment between the Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. For those who missed it, in Game 3, Utah won the game by a score of 4-2. They scored 4 goals on 11 shots to win that hockey game. Absolutely nuts there for sure. All right. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. The Utah Mammoth have a chance to take a 3-1 series lead here over the Pacific Division champions in the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck drop coming up in just a second here. I appreciate you guys for tuning into my commentary stream and choosing my commentary as we get set here from the Delta Center for round 1, game 4 between these two teams. Starting goaltenders on both sides have been the same as they have been the entire series. Karel Vizmelka versus Carter Hart. And even despite the pretty bad game from the Golden Knights and Carter Hart, John Tortorella is still rolling with his starting goaltender and will not make any adjustments. It should be a fun one. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below. It helps out with the engagement. Round 1, Game 4 between the Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights. Here live from the Delta Center. It'll be Schmaltz versus Dowd to start. And we are underway. Face-off is won back then into the Vegas zone. Out of his net to play it then is Carter Hart. Theodore battling forward down low in the corner. Then McNabb gets it back for Vegas. Trying to clear that one to center. They'll get it there successfully. Cole battling forward on the right side then with Sissons. Nick Schmaltz battling forward here now in the corner. Shot on there, goes behind the net then. Wraparound chance for Dowd, denied there by Vizmelka. McNabb up top then. Shot from Theodore goes wide. Dursey up top. Broken up then by Theodore, who will fire it on. That one's blocked as Vegas gets the early pressure here. Utah will dump it back into the Golden Knights zone. Theodore here in the Vegas end. Shea Theodore back over then to McNabb. McNabb to Eichel. Barbashev will dump it down low. Puck goes up in the air and out of play at 19:03. Those who are just now joining us, the Flyers lose to the Penguins in Game 5. There will be a Game 6 on Wednesday. That should be interesting. What's up, JT? What's up, Douglas? What's up, Dan? How we doing? Welcome to the stream, everyone. Good to see you all. Face off in the Mammoth end. Stenlund will lose the draw against Eichel. Eichel up top then for Hannafin. Hannafin behind the net then for Barbashev. Barbashev up top to Anderson, who will backhand it down low. Dorofeev for Eichel. Jack Eichel down low in the corner. Shot on. They score! Pavel Dorofeev with the rebound in front. And the Golden Knights strike early. It's 1-0. I expected the Golden Knights to come out here and bounce back. And that they have. Pavel Dorofeev. Who else 1-0 Golden Knights. Pavel Dorofeyev with the goal. I believe that's his first goal of the series, assisted by Barbashev and Eichel. And it's a 1-0 lead here for Vegas. I figured Vegas would come out striking, come out hot. I'm not surprised whatsoever by that. Face off. Is a tie-up here now and one back by Vegas. Hanifin to Rasmus Anderson, who will dump it down low. Krause on the right side. Hanifin knocked off that puck by Baturka and dumped back into the Vegas zone. Here's Anderson in the Golden Knights' end. Cleared back down low now into the Utah zone for an icing at 18:28. And good on the Golden Knights for taking the crowd out of it early here. Pavel Dorofeyev with a nice little rebound tip in front. Assisted by Barbashev and Eichel. Face off here now in the Las Vegas zone. Marner versus Schmaltz. Off the draw, Keller wins it. Keller to Schmidt, a shot. And that one goes up and out of play. I'll change the jersey when there's a commercial break. I'll change the jersey in a commercial break. Can't do it during this. What's up, Jane? Welcome back again. Face off in the Vegas end. Stenlund versus Dowd. The face-off is won back then by the Golden Knights. Theodore will dump it to center. Smith battling for it alongside Dursey. In the corner now, Dowd, who's been a very effective player for the Golden Knights in this series. Puck is cleared all the way back then into the Las Vegas zone. Korzak behind the net then will dump it to center. Smith battling for it there alongside Dursey. Down low now in the corner now. Trying to get that one back is Smith. Dursey still tied up by the stick of Cole Smith. Keller gets it down low then for Utah. Keller then cross ice pass to Stenlund. Stenlund will gain the line. He'll get it around Korzak. Scramble for it now at center. Keller down low. Fighting here now with Hanifin. In the corner, Jeremy Lazone trying to get that one free. Now Schmaltz up top, Sergachev to Weegar. Weegar fires it. Saved by Hart. Up top, Sergachev a drive. And that one goes wide. Schmaltz up top then for Sergachev. Clear back down low into the corner. Weegar to Krause. Back to Keller. Keller below the circle. Up top then broken up by Vegas. Hurdle will get it to center. He's knocked down to the ground. Utah steals it back. Schmaltz poke checked away by McNabb. And they'll fight for it here in the corner. Kolasar fighting with Keller. Cleared back to center. McNabb will dump it here into the Utah zone. Marino chipped ahead back into the Vegas end. Cooley battling for now with Dorofeyev. Grabbed back by the Golden Knights. Here's Eichel. Right side. Pass is blocked. And a whistle blown dead here for an offsides against the Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Face off outside of the Utah zone once again. They'll kick Eichel out. Now Barbashev comes in. Face off one back then by the Mammoth. Marino. Cross ice pass off the boards and dump back down low to the Vegas end. Hanifin in the corner. Try to backhand it up top. Kept in then by Utah. Rasmus Anderson. And the puck goes up and out of play. Yeah, Dave, it was great. Very thankful for that. That was a fun game to commentate. Obviously, didn't go the way that I thought it would have. But I'll take it. It did well. Had like 600 people in there at one point. I think I saw the high point as. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Face off here now in the Las Vegas end once again. Go Utah. We got a lot of Utah fans in here. Yeah, the channel's been growing really fast. Face off in the Golden Knights zone once again. Yamamoto will take the draw against Dowd. That's the mentality I'm taking it with, Davey. One day at a time. The face-off is a tie-up at center and one back then by Vegas. Theodore on the right side then. And cleared to center. Grabbing it back is Mikhail Sergachev down low. Sergachev. Off the boards then. Peterka back to Marner. Marner to Stone. Smith a shot denied there by Mamelka. Here's Cooley. Into the zone. Logan Cooley will chip it back into the Las Vegas end. Now Caden Korzak. In their own zone will dump it to center. Sergachev regroups in their own end. Dursey down low in the Utah zone. Sean Dursey up then for Tanev. Korzak behind the Vegas net. Hurdle dumps it around the right side. Puck slides all the way back to center. Tanev trying to grab that puck. Utah still looking for their first shot of the game tonight. About 5 minutes gone here. Here's Keller, and he's offsides. He's not thrilled about that. As I don't think anybody is when they're offsides, actually. Face off here now in the neutral zone. It'll be Kerfoot versus Dowd. Face off outside of the Vegas end. One back then by the Golden Knights. Hannafin. Right side then Anderson. Chipped off the boards and back down low into the Utah zone. Famelka. Around the right side then for Smith. Dowd. Back to Cole Smith. Peterka. Back over to Sissons, who will dump it down low. Now Schmidt battling for it with Dowd. Tie up here down low in the corner. A five-man battle for that puck in the Utah end. Up top now Noah Hannafin. Hannafin shoots it. And that one goes wide. Carcone. Down low now in the corner back to Sissons. Colton Sissons battling for that puck down low behind the net. Pass in front. Broken up then by the Mammoth. Here they come through center. Kerfoot. Ahead then the Carcone will try and bank it down low. Golden Knights will get it back to center. Barbashev will drop it back then for McNabb. McNabb to Barbashev. Here's Eichel. Eichel pass over. And Dorofeev a good chance there. Big save. Mammoth will dump it back to center. Here's Keller. Up top. Weegar a shot. Denied there. Here's Pavel Dorofeev down the right side. Dorofeev gets around the D. Broken up then by Lawson Krause. Sergachev gets it back for the Mammoth. Intercept by McNabb, who will fire it wide. Schmaltz looks for options. Nick Schmaltz with speed will shoot that one on. And it goes up and stays in play, actually. Marino at the point. Down low to Keller. Keller fires it. Blocked through the crease. Grabbed back by Dorofeev. Now Eichel will get it to center. Intercept by Utah. Gunther comes in. Shoots it. And that one goes wide. And out of play. Gotta watch out for Dylan Gunther. He's a weapon back there for Utah. Pavel Dorofeev opens up the scoring. It's 1-0 Vegas. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. All right, there's the Vegas and Utah logos. There you go. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Had to use the bathroom super quickly. Sorry you had to hear that noise. Alright. I got back in time, though. It's all good. Somebody was calling me, too. My bad, guys. I apologize. Somebody was calling me while I was on stream. Hang on. Call him back real quick. Alright. 13:21 to go in the first period. It was the Feds. The Feds were giving me a call. The Feds were calling me. All right. Face-off in the Vegas end is won by the Golden Knights. Marino. Back over down low, then Utah regroups. Schmidt to Gunther. Dylan Gunther down low in the corner, then Hannafin. Hannafin down low behind the net for Vegas. We'll chip it off the boards to center. Stone. As it's cleared back down low into the Utah end. Cooley for Schmidt. Off the boards down low to center. Here's Smith into the zone. Broken up then by Utah. And a whistle blown dead here for delayed offsides against the Golden Knights. The girlfriend, yeah, she was calling me. All right. Face off here now outside of the Utah zone is cleared back down low into the Mammoth end. Dursey. Cross ice pass then to Schmaltz. Kerfoot will dump it down low. Carconi battling for it with Lazone. Paterka. Down low then battling for it with Howden. Carconi, back to Paterka. Up top, Dursey. Cross ice pass to Cole. Cole will dump it around behind the net. Then the Carconi knocked off there by Korzak. Behind the net, Jeremy Lazone. We'll try and get this one to center. Lazone down low then for Cole. Cole to Dursey. Dursey will dump it here into the Vegas end. 8 minutes gone here in this first period. Penalty coming up. And it's against Vegas. Mammoth will get the power play. The first power play of the game will be credited to the Mammoth. With 8 minutes to go in this opening frame. First power play of the game here for Utah. Potential chance to tie up the game here. Pens might force 7. Yeah, winning game 5, I don't know. There's a chance. Face off in the Vegas zone. Power play coming up here for Utah. Carconi versus Dowd. Face off. Won by Utah. Gunther to Sergachev. Keller. Up top then for Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev at the point. Down low, Gunther a drive and denied there by Hart. And that was a howitzer by Dylan Gunther. You could hear that. Doing good, T-Stat. How are you? Face off in the Vegas zone is won back by the Golden Knights. They will dump it all the way back into the Utah zone. Vejmelka gives it over then for Mikhail Sergachev. Sergachev to Keller. Gunther up top to Cooley. Cooley cross-ice pass and cleared all the way back to center. Clayton Keller now will regroup with it here in the Utah zone. Gunther down the right side. Gunther up top to Sergachev. Broken up then by Vegas. Mark Stone cross the pass to Eichel. Eichel comes in short-handed. He's in and ran out of room. Good stop there by Vejmelka. Sergachev to Schmaltz. Schmaltz will move it through center. Keller up top to Gunther. Gunther intercepted by the Golden Knights. They will clear it down the other way. Weegar behind the Utah net. Carcone off the boards then for Krause. Krause will dump it down low into the corner. Kerfoot battling for it. Weegar at the point. Back over then for Peterka. Peterka pass over is blocked in the crease. Carcone, how did he miss that? Are you serious? He had a wide open net. He missed it. Lawson Krause will drop it back then for Dursey. Dursey to Krause. Battling for it down low in the Vegas zone. Krause to Dursey. Back to Kerfoot on the right side. Down low, Carcone pass over to Krause. It's in the crease and backhanded away by the Golden Knights. What's up, JJ? How we doing? Vejmelka behind the net then for Dursey. Halfway through the first period and the penalty is over. Tanev battling forward with Theodore. Dorofeev will backhand this one up top. Schmidt down low. Stenlund here in the corner. Stenlund battling forward then with Dorofeev. Up top then Marino. Marino pass down low. Tip just wide there of Hart. Dorofeev will get it back then for the Golden Knights. He'll backhand it to center. Eichel into the zone. Battling for now in the corner. It's a 5-man battle for the puck. Schmidt cleared off the board. Stenlund. Cross ice pass then to Tanev, who will dump it down low. And a whistle blown dead here at 9:03. I believe it was an offsides. I think. Chance after chance after chance. Michael Carcone had a wide open net and missed. And we still a 1-0 lead for Vegas. Shots 5-2 in favor of the Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you, Harley Air. I saw your comment earlier. What's up, Jersey Dolphins? How we doing? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Good to see you all here. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Tim? Good evening, Tim. Good to see you, brother. How you doing? Yeah, Flyers lost. I don't know. It's looking like Pens in 7. We'll see. Face off here now outside of the Vegas zone. It'll be Marner versus Cooley. Face off one back by the Golden Knights. McNabb will dump it down low into the corner. Stone battling for it then alongside Cooley. Cleared off the boards then Dorofeev up top to McNabb. He'll fire a shot on, it's blocked. Dorofeev down low into the corner. Weegar off the boards then. Dorofeev then for Stone. Theodore trying to backhand that one into the corner. Theodore in front. Stone a chance there. Denied. Down low Riley Smith. Up top Theodore a shot. And that one goes wide. Mark Stone gets it back then for Vegas. Mark Stone holds it here on the right side. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Vegas zone. Theodore to McNabb. About 12 minutes gone in this opening period. Cole fighting with Howden. Keller off the boards then. Krause. Cross-ice pass broken up then by Vegas. Cole in the Utah zone. Kolasar fighting with Krause. Up top then. Hannafin shoots it. That one's denied. Puck slides in there on Vejmelka. Keller. Cross-ice pass for Schmaltz. Schmaltz down low then for Cole. Cole off the boards to center. Krause battling for it. Back into the Vegas end. Anderson will hold it here for the Golden Knights. Dorofeev will backhand it out of play, actually. It was a loud atmosphere here in Game 3. Definitely a loud one here in Game 4. A little tired. How you guys feeling? How we feeling on this fine Monday night? Face off outside of the Las Vegas end. It'll be Eichel versus Carcone. Face off one back then by the Golden Knights. Jeremy Lazo will dump it down lower. At least he'll try to. Eichel on the right side. Back over then for Marner. Marner to Kerfoot, who will dump it down low. Marino in the corner then for Korzak. Cleared off the boards to center. I feel you, Tim. Feeling a little exhausted too. Here's Eichel, a shot saved by Vejmelka. Kerfoot through center now for Utah. He'll fire that one wide of Carter Hart. Up top, Weegar. And that one goes out of play. I'm doing good, Douglas. We'll be live tomorrow for one of the 3 games. I believe tomorrow we are only doing Anaheim and Edmonton. Tomorrow we are only doing Ducks and Oilers at 10 o'clock. I have something going on before that, so we can't do the earlier game in Sabres Bruins. I wish we could, but I just found out today I cannot. So we're only doing Ducks and Oilers. Golden Knights will clear it back to center. And a whistle blown dead here for a high stick. Mammoth haven't had a shot in 11 minutes. What do I think about this series? I think Vegas will tie it, and they'll probably win in 6 games. 6 or 7. I think it could go 7. Golden Knights are playing Utah very well, though, in this first period. And they have been generally the entire series. Stenlin versus Dowd. Face-off won then by the Mammoth. They'll clear it back into the Vegas zone. Smith battling forward down low in the corner then with Uyghur. Tanev fighting in the corner then with Smith. Sergachev fighting forward down low in the corner. I hope your cat's all right, Brian. Puck is cleared back into the Vegas zone. Korzak battling forward alongside O'Brien. At center now, trying to get that puck free was Smith on Dursey. Puck is still tied up down low. At center then with it, Stenlund. Back to Cole. Utah regroups in their own end now, Dursey. Sean Dursey in the Mammoth end. Cross ice pass then, Schmaltz. Knocked off there was Smith by Keller. Now Anderson gets it back off the boards to center. And back into the Utah zone, icing. Keller was interfered with there by Riley Smith. And there was no call. Tired. Face off in the Vegas zone. One back then by the Mammoth. Krause fires it on, that one's blocked. Here's Riley Smith now taking it through center. Broken up then by Marino. Here's Krause to Keller. Fighting now with McNabb. And a whistle blown dead here at 5:17. And we will step aside. 5:17 to go here in this opening period. Vegas leads Utah 1-0. Oh, man. Long weekend, Nordic, how do you do it? I don't know. I just keep commentating. All right. Back here in Utah, face-off coming up. I believe at center ice. Is that M&M's next to TJ Oshie? Got some little snackaroons to munch on there. It's pretty cool. Face-off coming up outside of the Vegas end. Utah looking to get that game-tying goal. We will see if they do. Face-off is a tie-up, so we'll try again. This time won by the Golden Knights. Down low, Theodore. Right side to McNabb. On the right side, then Hurdle. Back then for Howden, who will dump it down low. Kolasar. Fighting with Yamamoto up south, then McNabb. Cross ice pass then. And forced back to center. Shots are 7-2 in favor of Vegas. Mammoth not have a shot here in a hot minute. Icing here against Utah. Face off to the left of Karel Vejmelka here. One back then by the Golden Knights. Hannafin will dump it down low. On the right side, Logan Cooley battling for it. Cooley will carry it through center then for Utah. Back over to Gunther. Gunther drops it back then for Weegar, a shot. That one's blocked. Barbashev battling for it on the right side. Hannafin forced back to center. Really uneventful opening period here besides the opening goal for Vegas. Keller off the boards, Weegar. Battling for it on the right side then Barbashev. Schmaltz into the zone, Theodore. Tip back down low. Sergachev regroups in the Utah end. Weegar will dump it down low then Keller. Battling for it alongside McNabb. Theodore to Marner. Smith. Back over to Stone. Stone down low for Smith. Puck goes wide there of Mammoth. Or of, not Mammoth, of Vejmelka. Well, it did. Anyway. All the way back to center. Keller tries to steal it back. It's deflected off a Golden Knight. Marner to Stone. Banks it off the boards and back down low. Stone comes in, shoots it wide of Vejmelka. Carcone behind the net now for Utah. Broken up then by the Golden Knights. Colton Sissons. Intercepted by Peterka. He's hooked. And that will be a penalty. Power play coming up for Utah. Power play coming up here now for the Mammoth. We will see what they can do with it. Utah won with 12 shots on Friday. Power play coming up here now for Utah. Face-off in the Golden Knight zone. It's Dowd versus Schmaltz. The face-off is one back then by Utah. Vegas reclaims it, though. And Dowd will take it through center shorthanded. Dowd loops it back around. Will backhand it into the Mammoth end. Sergachev to Cooley. Logan Cooley now through center. Drop back then for Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz off the boards to Keller. Keller to Cooley. Back to Sergachev. Logan Cooley up top, then Gunther. Down low, Keller. Clayton Keller looks for options. Down low now, Logan Cooley. Cooley to Keller. Cooley. Blow the line up top. Sergachev to Gunther, a drive. And it's gloved by Hart. There's Utah's third shot of the game. Face-off coming up now in the Vegas end is won by the Golden Knights. Hannafin will dump it all the way off the boards and back into the Utah zone. Sergachev breaks it through center. He'll drop it back then for Schmaltz. Intercepted there by Stone. Utah forced to come back and regroup furthermore. Schmaltz drops it back then for Cooley. Logan Cooley into the zone, getting around Hannafin. Cooley up top then Gunther. Gunther to Cooley. Right side Keller. Cooley to Keller. Pass over then, broken up by Stone, who will backhand it down into the Mammoth end. Here's Mackenzie Weegar, who will break it through the Utah zone. Weegar to Carcone, who dumps it down low. Getting it back is Carter Hart. McNabb fighting with Krause. And Vegas steals it back and dumps it down the other way. 10 seconds to go on the Utah power play. And a turnover in front. Marner a chance. He scores! Brett Howden, shorthanded goal. What a chance that was. And it's 2-0 Vegas. Shorthanded goal with 1:22 to go. And the Golden Knights have taken a 2-0 lead. It is Howden from Marner on that one. And that was a nice play there by Brett Howden. Just goes backhand to forehand on the left side and roofs it up. Shorthanded goal for Brett Howden, his first of the playoffs. Assisted by Mitch Marner. It's a 2-0 lead for the Golden Knights. Face off here at center. It's a tie-up and one back by Vegas. Dump back down low now into the Utah zone. Marino fighting with Sissons. Schmidt off the boards. Theodore back over to Smith. Down low now Schmidt. Cross-ice pass then for Marino. Through center. Last minute of play here in period number 1. Icing is called. Is that icing? No, offsides. Has to be offsides. Shot 7-3 in favor of the Golden Knights. 7 shots, 2 goals. Face off in the Utah and then won by the Mammoth. O'Brien gets it to center. Dorofeev. Eichel on the right side, back down low. Golden Knights holding in their own end. Jack Eichel comes through center, fires it on. Save by Vejmelka. There's definitely a record. I don't know what it is, though, Douglas. I could not begin to tell you what it is. Face off in the Utah zone once again is won back by the Knights. Eichel forced back to center. 35 seconds to go. They'll dump it back into the Utah end. Stenlund fighting with Barbashev. Up top, Hannafin. Right side, Anderson a shot. And that one goes wide. Pass over, broken up. 20 seconds to go. Hannafin a drive. That one's blocked. Yamamoto tried to send Gunther. It was broken up. Gunther will backhand it down low into the Vegas end. Carter Hart for Hannafin. Right side now, Anderson. Cleared all the way back into the Utah zone for an icing. So we will do another face-off here in the Vegas zone with 2.7 seconds to go. There's a record for everything, Douglas. There's a record for everything. Face-off now in the Golden Knights end. Another face-off with 3 seconds left. Stenlund versus Eichel. The face-off is a tie-up, and we will try that again. We'll try this face-off again. Tie up there, slides down low to the corner. That will do it for period number 1. And now some physicality here as Weegar getting into it with Hannafin. And that will do it here for period number 1. Goals scored by Pavel Dorofeev and Brett Howden, making it a 2-0 lead for the Golden Knights after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the third, or till the second. Shots 8-3 in favor of the Golden Knights after 20 minutes of play. Oh boy, a little tired. How you guys feel? I already asked that, but how you guys feeling? Oh my goodness. All right. Man, we need to speed and press more. Yep. What's up, Jim? How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We'll be live for one game tomorrow. We'll be live for one singular game tomorrow. Would love to do more, but sadly, it is not possible. I have something going on before. And then we won't be live on Wednesday. We'll be live on Thursday. So there you go. A little bit of a lighter week here in terms of the commentaries, but hopefully this is the lightest week it'll be. And then after that, the second round will be consistently commentated as well as beyond that. All right. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Vegas don't look like a contender this year. I don't know. They look solid so far. That game against the game 3 was not the greatest. I'll agree with that. Game 3 was not that fun. Just opened up a pimple on my face. Oops. Oh, yeah, that's bleeding. Go figure. And Utah does with 3 shots. Yep. Neither of these teams are looking very sound. All right, got about 12 minutes to go here till the second period. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. Oh, man. Great crowd tonight. Yes, sir. 100 people in here. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry, guys. I'm a little exhausted, not going to lie. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. It's starting to hit me now. That's good to hear, Brian. Good to hear. All right. All right, guys, 7.5 minutes to go till period number 2. Stick around, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. I know I'm not talking a lot, just kind of resting the voice here, trying to, calm down a little bit. I'm starting to feel the tiredness of last night and all day yesterday start to hit me. I felt good during the Flyers-Pens game, but now I'm starting to get a little bit eepy. Mammoth aren't shooting worth a damn. Well, Golden Knights are hemming them in their own zone. That's the other factor. The Golden Knights are kind of keeping them in their own zone, honestly. That's been what it is for the most part. Not necessarily Vegas not taking the shots. At work right now, was looking for a live to listen to. Glad I found this stream. Thank you, Lef. I'll call you Lef. Thank you. Yeah, I commentate the game. Just a little tired right now, so I'm not really talking. Nordic, can Utah score 2? Yes, they definitely can. Definitely. Got a bet cool. Got a bet on Cooley shots 2+. Nice. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick, guys. Second period starting in 4 minutes. Stick around. All ready, everyone. I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Use the bathroom super quick. Second period coming up in a little less than 3 minutes, guys. Second period, less than 3 minutes. All right. Stat sheet is all updated. We are ready to go for the second. Got to get Mitts past second round. Yup. We'll see if they can get it done. We'll see if they can get it done. All right. All ready, everyone. Let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. First period recap. Goals were scored by Pavel Dorofeyev and Brett Howden, making it a 2-0 lead for the Golden Knights after 20 minutes of play. Taking a look now at your stats through 40 shots are 8-3 in favor of Vegas. Faceoffs are 60% in favor of Vegas as well. Power plays, Utah 0 for 2. Vegas yet to have a power play tonight. Hits are 18-12 in favor of Utah, and block shots are 5-5 here, heading into period number 2. We will see if this period is as interesting as the last one. Period number 2 between the Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights. And we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Golden Knights. Theodore off the boards and back down low into the Utah zone. Dursey around then for Dowd. Battling for it down low in the corner then. Nick Dowd fighting with Schmaltz. Dowd up top then for McNabb. Shot on, save of Melko. Rebounds there in front, in the crease, and cleared away. Dursey battling for it now on the right side. Golden Knights trying to get it out. Weegar will clear it to center. And the puck goes up and out of play with 19.5 to go. Face-off coming up yet again now at center. It'll be Cooley versus Eichel. They'll kick out Cooley. Now Yamamoto comes in. Face-off. One back then by Vegas. Anderson in the Golden Knights zone will dump it all the way back into the Utah end. Weegar ahead then for Carcone. Will backhand it to the right side. Gunther a shot. Denied there. Golden Knights will try and play it to center. Dorofeyev back for Anderson. Eichel gains the line. Down low now, Sergeyev on the net then for Dorofeyev. Battling for it. Puck slides in there on Vejmelka. He will cover up. Already only 60 seconds in here. Utah struggling to get offensive zone pressure. They did pick up another shot, but again, like in terms of consistent offensive zone pressure, the Mammoth have struggled with that tonight. Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Jeremy Lazome will dump it down low behind the net. Then Smith to Stone. Pass in front. Saved by Mamelka. Rebound was there and cleared away. Tanev over then for Kerfoot, who will dump it down low. Carter hard out of his net to play that puck. Lazone battling forward then with Kerfoot. Kerfoot will dump it around behind the net then. Tanev. Up top then, John Marino will fire it on. And that was denied there by Hart. Korzak to Stone. Stone fighting with Schmidt. Kerfoot back down low then for John Marino, who will battle for it now with Marner. Smith behind the net then for Vegas. Shots now 10-4 in favor of Vegas. Marino around the right side, chip to center. Theodore off the boards and back down low into the Mammoth end. Hurdle battling for now with Schmidt. Kolasar down low. Keegan Kolasar up top. Then Hurdle a shot. And that one goes wide. Here's Theodore. Down low then Marino battling for it. Kolasar will fire that one wide there of Amelka. And the puck will slide all the way back into the Vegas zone. Tomas Hurdle over there then for Theodore. Theodore off the boards to Kolasar, who battles for it on the right side. Kolasar, cross ice pass. Into the zone, Howden knocked off that puck by Carconi. Now batting for it down low is Cole. Alongside Kolasar. Puck is still tied up there down low. It's trying to get it free down low, but can't get it away. Peterka on the right side. Carconi then for Dursey. Sean Dursey will try and dump it down low. It's broken up at the line and back into the Utah zone. Down low now in the corner, Smith. Battling forward with Sissons. Up top, Hannafin, a shot! And that one goes wide. Right side, Anderson. Fires one as well. That one goes wide. Kerfoot trying to clear. Kept in by Vegas. Hannafin to Sissons. Up top, Hannafin. Shoots it. They score! It was tipped in front by Cole Smith. And it's 3-0 Vegas. 3.5 minutes into the second period. It is 3-0 Golden Knights. It seems like this game is a reverse of Game 3. And yeah, Cole Smith gets that nifty tip in front. Assist on that goal are Noah Hannafin and Colton Sissons. They might take a look at this. Is this stick above the shoulders? Nah, that should be good. Cole Smith. Congratulations to whoever picked him as the anytime goal scorer. You just won probably a lot of money. 3-0 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights here in this second period. Yeah, not a great start for Utah to this second period. Again, Utah with the 2-1 series lead. They scored 4 goals on 12 shots. I even thought after that game, Vegas was due. Thought that Vegas was certainly due. Here's Eichel now versus Cooley. Face-off coming up now here in the Mammoth end. They will kick Cooley out. Oh, no, they'll keep him in. Face-off. One back then by the Knights. Anderson up top. Dumps it down low in the corner. Eichel pass in front. Broken up then by Utah. Gunther. Backhanding around to the right side. Penalty coming up. And it's against the Mammoth. Power play for Vegas. And the Golden Knights will head back to the power play. Shots are 13-4 in favor of Las Vegas. Not boring if you're a Vegas fan? Well, yeah. Face-off coming up here now in the Utah zone. It'll be Stenlin versus Eichel. Face-off one back by the Golden Knights. Theodore to Stone. Stone shoots it, and that one's blocked as it goes wide. Dorofeev battling for it down low in the corner. Eichel back to Theodore. Chipped off the boards to center. At least they try and get it there. Krause back then for Utah. Stenlin shorthanded. Sergachev will clear this one back down low into the Vegas end. Theodore down low then for Dorofeev. Pavel Dorofeev behind the net then to Theodore. Theodore to Dorofeev will drop it back then for Eichel. Eichel into the zone. Back to Stone. Up top Dorofeev. Cross ice pass to Theodore. Theodore to Eichel. Eichel to Stone. Stone up top then for Theodore. Pass over to Dorofeev. Down low in front. And Eichel couldn't get it on. Cleared back up top then Theodore. Back to Stone. Mark Stone down low then for Jack Eichel. Eichel in front. And that one goes wide. Stone battling for it down low now with Cole. Barbashev will backhand it down the other way by accident into his own end. 40 seconds to go on the Vegas power play. Shea Theodore drops it back for Hannafin. Hannafin over then for Mitch Marner. Marner up top then for Hurdle. Tomas Hurdle on the right side. Down low then Marner. Hannafin with less than 20 to go on the power play. Back over to Anderson. Shot on there, goes wide. Battling for it down low in the corner. Cleared off then for Lawson Krause, who will play it through center. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Krause trying to get it back down low, shorthanded. Intercepted then by Anderson, who will get it back to center. Power play is over. And a whistle blown dead at 14-11 for an offsides. Yep, shots are 13-4, Anthony. They're pretty lopsided. They are indeed pretty lopsided. Face-off coming up here now in the Las Vegas zone. It'll be Cooley versus Cole Smith. Or sorry, Nick Dowd. Couldn't really tell from the angle. 13-4. Utah looking to get shots on. They haven't had any opportunities here on Carter Hart. In the last 4.5 periods, a total of 16 shots. Face-off one back by Utah. Shot on there goes up. And out of play. Yeah, Tim. Mitchkov was scratched. And to his credit, Alex Bump played well. But for Philadelphia, it's not good enough. Game 6 on Wednesday. Face-off in the Vegas end. Dowd versus Gunther. Face-off won then by Utah. Keller backhand. Saved by Harper. Bounce there. Denied. On the right side, Smith fighting with Weegar. Utah trying to keep it in the zone. Dowd. Cross-ice pass then McNabb to Smith. Riley Smith fighting with Weegar. Weegar to Dursey. Right side, Gunther. Broken up then by Kolasar down low in the corner. Behind the net now, Mackenzie Weegar gets it back. Weegar will flip it to center. Eichel off the boards. Grab back then by Cooley. Logan Cooley drops it down low. Cross-ice pass then Keller. Back to Cooley. It's broken up in the corner. McNabb to Theodore. In front, turnover there. Tanev a chance. He's knocked off the puck. He tried to pass it instead of shooting it. What are you doing, dude? Tanev to Schmidt. Pass back to O'Brien. Shoots it. And that one goes off hard and wide. Barbashev to Dorofeev, who will fire it there on Vejmelka. That one goes wide. On the right side, Korzak. Cleared down low, Schmidt. Behind the net then for Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz off the boards for Stenlund. Stenlund. Pass to Tanev. Puck slides all the way back down low into the Las Vegas zone. Kraus for Schmaltz. Schmaltz fires it on. That one's blocked. Kraus up top. Weegar to Sergachev. Back up top then Schmaltz. Schmaltz pass over. Keller a drive. And that was denied there by Hart. Here's Sergachev a chance. And that was denied as well. Golden Knights will try and get it to center, captain by Utah. Keller has some room, comes in, denied by Carter Hart. What a stop. And now Utah's woken it up. Cleared off the boards, then Schmaltz back to Sergachev. Schmaltz up top. Kraus back up top, then to Schmaltz. Keller to Sergachev. Back to Kraus, a shot denied by Hart. It's in! Nick Schmaltz puts the Mammoth on the board. It's 3-1. 11:56 to go in the second period. Nick Schmaltz from Kraus and Sergachev. And the Mammoth have answered back with a lot of time to go. Three-1 lead for the Golden Knights, but Utah is now on the board. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim Williams. Well, and Tim Rubinski, but thank you, both my Tims. I appreciate that, Tim from Idaho. Means a lot, brother. You guys keep tuning in. We'll keep commentating. Well, I'll commentate anyway. Hannafin versus Kerfoot. Peterka broken up then by Utah. Cross-ice pass, Cole a shot. He scores! Are you serious? Ian Cole from up top. It's 3-2. Ladies and gentlemen, we all of a sudden have a hockey game here. Ian Cole from up top. And the Mammoth are within one. This place is losing their minds right now. Ian Cole with a shot on there. I think it might have deflected off of somebody, but on the right side, Ian Cole with 2 goals in just under 30 seconds. It's a 3-2 lead for the Golden Knights, but the Mammoth are starting to storm back. Face-off coming up here now at center ice. It's one back then by Utah. Schmaltz will dump it up. It goes out of play with 11:21 to go. This place is loud, and they're back in it. Nick Schmaltz and Ian Cole make it a 3-2 hockey game here in the second period. Lots of hockey to be played. We will see what happens. Thank you all for tuning in, and I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Be greatly appreciated. Shots are 15-10 in favor of Vegas. The Mammoth have found themselves back in the hockey game. 2 goals in under 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, guys. We got a crazy end to this one, or crazy middle frame in this one. 1-goal hockey game here in the second period. It was a 3-0 lead for the Golden Knights. Less than 3 minutes in. And now the Mammoth have tallied on 2 goals, and all of a sudden this game looks like it's pretty darn close. All right, 11:21 to go in this second period. We are back here in Utah. The Mammoth have tallied on 2 goals. And it is a 1-goal hockey game here midway through the second period. It was Schmaltz from Kraus and Sergachev, followed by Cole from Dursey. Shots are actually 15-9. It was, yeah, JJ, they were 29 seconds apart. Face-off one back then by Vegas. They will dump it down low into the Utah zone. Marino back over then for Dowd. Dowd down low in the corner, chipped off the boards. Theodore backhands it on. That one's blocked. Nick Dowd behind the net will dump it up top. Shot on there by Lazone, goes wide. Stenland battling for it in the corner, approaching the halfway mark of this second period. Smith fighting with Stenland. Penalty coming up against the Golden Knights. And we will get a Utah power play coming up. Power play coming up for the Mammoth. All of a sudden, this game just got really, really interesting. Oh boy. Cole Smith will go to the box for hooking. He does not agree with this call at all. Showing his clear frustration here on the in the penalty box. Power play coming up for the Utah Mammoth. Face-off is cleared all the way back down into the Utah zone by the Golden Knights. Sergachev will drop it back into the Mammoth end. Schmaltz off the boards then for Cooley. Logan Cooley into the zone behind the net. Pass in front. Broken up. Schmaltz down low then, cleared off the boards by Eichel. And all the way back into the Utah zone. Vejmelka for Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev then will drop it back. Schmaltz through center. Off the boards then to Keller. Keller to Gunther in front. Denied by Hart. And Marner tries to clear. It's kept in. Sergachev to Cooley. Cooley to Keller. Back to Cooley. Cooley to Sergachev. Cooley waits. Comes in. Schmaltz a shot. And that one goes out of play. Good defensive play by Mitch Marner, who deflected that puck up. We know what Marner could do on the back end. He's been known as a pretty impressive two-way player, and he shows that furthermore. Face-off coming up here now again in the Vegas end. It's won back by the Golden Knights. Anderson gets it back then for the Knights. They will dump it down into the Utah zone. Sergachev behind the net then for the Mammoth. Dropped off then for Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz will carry it through center. Who'll drop it back then for Logan Cooley. Cooley around the D. Broken up then by Marner, who will backhand it down the other way once again. 30 seconds to go. Sergachev in the Mammoth end. Mammoth had 2 3-goal comeback wins in the regular season. Krause will fire their one on Hart. Hart will make the save with 9:01 to go. And the physicality sort of continues here. 15 seconds to go on the Mammoth power play. Face off. Here in the Vegas end. Kerfoot will take the draw now against Smith. Face off won by Utah. Uyghur up top. Peterka. JJ Peterka in front. Krause's shot. And that one goes wide. Krause had 2 goals in game 3. Kerfoot off the boards then. Peterka. Back up top to Krause. Power play is over. Shot there by Carconi goes wide. Vegas will get it back. It's Smith up top to Sissons, who will dump it down low into the Mammoth end. Dowd on the right side then with Carconi. Shot on there by Korzak, blocked. Rebounds there. Dorofiev a shot. And that one's wide. Korzak on the right side then down low. Dorofiev broken up then by the Mammoth. Carconi through center. Broken up then at the red line. Dorofiev will bring it back into the Vegas zone. Korzak off the boards and back into the Mammoth end. Uyghur will dump it off the boards. Sergachev trying to get it to center. They'll get it there. Liam O'Brien will dump it down low. Anderson behind the net then to Theodore. On the right side, Stenlund. Behind the net up top. Puck will deflect back to center. Sean Dursey now in the Mammoth end. Ian Cole will gain the line. He'll dump it into the Las Vegas zone. As we are 12 minutes gone in the second period. Up top, Dursey. Down low then for Cole. In front. And cleared back into the corner once again. Vegas will carry it through center. It's Barbashev, one-on-one. He'll try and get around Dursey. Loses the puck. Stenlund. Back to Dursey. Sean Dursey off the boards then for Cole. Cross-ice pass then for Gunther. Dylan Gunther. Battling for it down low. Trying to get that one free as Stone. Smith. Fighting for it as well. Up top. Marino. Will dump it down low. Korzak. Right side then battling for it. Alongside Yamamoto and cleared. Back into the Mammoth zone. Shots 15-12 here in favor of the Golden Knights. With 6:45 to go in the second. Cleared back to center. Yamamoto. Back over then to Marino. Marino here through center. John Marino holds it here in the Utah end. Schmidt. Off the boards. The Gunther. Puck's in the air. And out of play with 6:26 to go. We will step aside. 3-2 lead for the Golden Knights here in this second period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We'll be live tomorrow for one game. We'll be live for Ducks and Oilers Game 5. Sadly, that is the only commentary we are doing tomorrow. So sorry to say for those who maybe wanted to see Sabres and Bruins. Sadly, I'm not doing it today. Or doing it tomorrow. I would like to, but I have something before that I'm going to. So unfortunately, I will not be able to do Knights or Sabres and Bruins. But if that goes to Game 6, maybe I will. I'm thinking I'll do Wild and Stars Game 6, though. Thinking that's the plan. On Thursday. Yeah, I know Wild Stars, but the other two games are elimination games, LeBlanc. So that's the reason why I'd be doing the other two. The other two are elimination games, and I have something before that I promised I would go to. So 6:26 to go here in period number 2. Face-off coming up outside of the Vegas zone. It'll be Dowd versus Schmaltz. Face-off is won back then by Utah. Sergachev. Back over then to Carconi. Carconi a shot. And that one goes out of play with 6:19 to go. Throwback to 2021. When TJ Oshie was playing his last year. Wow. Face-off coming up here now on the Vegas end. One back then by the Golden Knights. Colton Sissons will chip it off the boards and back into the Utah zone. Weegar to center. Grab back down low then by Smith, who will dump it off the boards. Colton Sissons to Dowd. Dowd will chip it down low. Battling for it on the right side. McNabb back over for Smith. Sergachev on the right side. Up top. Utah keeps it in. It's like back and forth. Kind of hurt my head. Theodore dumps it down low into the Utah zone. Smith. Back around then behind the net to Stone. Mark Stone to Anderson. Smith. Up top. Anderson a shot. And that one's blocked through the crease. 5:20 to go here in this second period. Stone. Up top. Slap shot by Anderson. And that one's blocked. Schmaltz will get it back to Keller, who will backhand it down low into the Golden Knights zone. Hannafin in the Vegas end moves it through center. Cleared back into the Mammoth end. Up top, Dorofeev carries it into the zone. Pavel Dorofeev behind the Utah net. Barbashev fighting now with Dursey. Down low here now in the corner, it's McNabb. Trying to dump that one off the boards. Gunther back over then. Carconi through center. Cooley fighting with Theodore. Broken up then in the Vegas end. McNabb dumps it down low then. Barbashev. Cross-ice pass to Eichel. Eichel will dump it down low into the Utah zone. Kolasar fighting here now with Cooley. Up top, Korzak. Korzak on the right side then for Eichel. Down low for Howden. Howden. Below the line then to Eichel. Eichel behind the Utah net. Jack Eichel looking for options. Pass in front. Howden fanned on that pass. Up top now, Korzak. On the right side. Clear back down low then for Eichel. And the puck will slide back down the other way as Vegas could not complete on the passing play. Lazone will dump it down low into the Utah end for another icing. .346 left to go here in the second period. It's still a one-goal lead for the Vegas Golden Knights. Things have seemed to calm down here a little bit. Yeah, it looks like we have a penalty coming up here with 3:46 to go. Power play for the Vegas Golden Knights. It looks like it's going to be a too many men. I wonder why they blew the whistle at 3:46. Another power play coming up for Vegas. A too many men call against the Golden Knights, or against the Mammoth. So power play for Vegas. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below. If you are new, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. It's good to see you all here in the chat on this late night. Been live every single day since last Saturday. Tomorrow will be our last night live before a day off on Wednesday. That'll end a streak of 11 straight days live here on the channel. Golden Knights power play face-off here in the Utah zone. Hannafin on the right side, back over then for Howden. Howden battling for now with Cole. Hurdle. Up top then Hannafin. Hannafin to Anderson. Right side then Marner. Marner up top to Anderson. Golden Knights will regroup. Hannafin comes in. Waits. Marner up top. Doesn't have room to fire it on. Anderson to Marner up top, then to Hannafin. Noah Hannafin back over to Anderson, a shot. And that one goes wide. Sergachev on the right side, battling for it. Cleared all the way back into the Vegas zone. Believe me, LeBlanc, I would love to commentate the games on Wednesday, but I have Royals with the ECHL team that I work for, the Reading Royals. I got to do it, guys. It'll only be Wednesday, Friday, and hopefully Saturday. Up top, Eichel. Eichel shoots it. Save there. Rebound in front. And off the post and out. How did that stay out? Are you serious? 40 seconds to go on the power play. Eichel in the corner. Up top then Theodore. Cross-ice pass to Dorofeev. Dorofeev down low. Stolen back by Schmidt, who will dump it back down into the Vegas zone. Shea Theodore will drop it back then for Eichel. Eichel into the zone to Stone. Barbashev shoots it. That one's blocked as well. Theodore will chip it down low into the corner. Last 2 minutes of play here in the second period. Eichel on the right side. Stenley will get it back for Utah, dumping it down the other way. Power play comes to a close. Hannafin clears it off the boards, the center, and that one's out of play. Andre Tourigny calling for a delay of game or something. He's not happy. Oh my God, Barbashev nearly made it a 4-2 game. He had a backhand that went off the inside of the post and out. Back to 5-on-5 here now. Face-off coming up in the Las Vegas zone. Shot 17-12. Utah, I don't think has had a shot since their second goal. Weegar up top fires it on. Save there by Hart. Schmaltz right side trying to play a puck down low. It comes back to center. 1:20 to go here in the second period. Schmaltz over then for Dursey. Through center, down. We'll dump it down low. Theodore, cross-ice pass. Lazone, shot. And that one goes wide. Approaching the final minute of play in the second period. Carcone, back over to Keller, who dumps it down low. Back into the Vegas end now with it is Theodore. Clear to center, Mark Stone. Back over then for Barbashev. Barbashev tries to backhand it around behind the net then. Marino to Schmidt. Schmidt to Yamamoto. Yamamoto to Schmidt, a shot, and gloved by Hart. Yeah, but after these couple of days that we're going to miss, we're going to be live for basically the rest of the playoffs. I can only tell you there's going to be 2 other days where we will be off for. Maybe a little bit more than that. I do have to go back to work eventually. I do have to go back to work eventually. "34 seconds to go here in this second period. Marner versus Cooley. The faceoff is won back then by Anderson. Yamamoto back to Hannafin. Off the boards, then Eichel battling for it as well. Schmidt up top. Pass down low, then the Cooley. Broken up by Anderson. Yamamoto shot. And that one's blocked. Cleared all the way back to center. Marner to Eichel. Eichel then for Howden. Pass down low. Anderson, it's in his skates. Vizmelka poke checks it away. 10 seconds left. Up top, shot goes back down low. Marino on the right side, then to Eichel. In front, Anderson denied at the buzzer by Vizmelka. And that will do it for period number 2. 2 periods in the books. And what a period that was. Goals were scored by Cole Smith, Nick Schmaltz, and Ian Cole, making it a 3-2 hockey game after 40 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the 3rd. Yeah, pretty good game so far. How we doing, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great day so far. How's the chat doing? How we doing, everybody? We feeling good? One more period to go. Maybe more. Favorite ice cream flavor? I've always been a big vanilla guy. Big vanilla guy, always. Speaking of sweet treats, I got some graham crackers. Caught me some graham crackers for a little snack down here. Forgot to grab snacks yesterday, of course. Mint chocolate chip, that's a good pick. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for being in here, bro. Yeah, vanilla's the best. I love vanilla. Oh, yeah, Slick Nick. Rocky Road. I agree. The Mammoth need to just get shots on. That's been their biggest issue. Graham crackers, delicious. How about with s'mores? ASMR. Vanilla soft serve on top of a waffle is what I always get at Angels games. Have you guys ever seen the Schwarbomb? The Schwarbomb Sundae? Hang on. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this. Give me a second, guys. Oh, wrong one. Give me a second. You can hear me, right? You guys can hear me? All right. All right, hang on a second, guys. I'm going to put up something on the screen here to show you guys. All right. I present to you the Schwarbomb Sundae. How about this? How about this? It is a mini helmet filled with soft serve ice cream and topped with a funnel cake fried strawberry Uncrustable, fresh strawberry sauce, and fruity cereal pieces. I have had this at a Phillies game. I had this once. It costed like $19. It was really expensive, but it was good. It was really freaking good, dude. It was good. I felt like a 1,000-pound man eating it because it's a lot, but it was delicious. It was freaking good. I love it. By the way, follow my Twitter. Follow my Twitter. Anyway, all right. What about, you guys ever seen, they also have at the Phillies games. Hang on. See if I can find them. They also got Sanchez sliders. They're like hot honey sliders, and they're served with honey. I bought these too when I went to a Phillies game as well. They were like $18 as well. They were freaking peak. They were awesome. They were delicious. So, yeah. Again, that's the kind of food that I have at the Phillies games. They're awesome. Put you in the back of an ambulance. It almost did me too. Rex is like, that's worth $20. Yep. Angels added something like that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, we commentate hockey. We talk about baseball. Ballpark food is the best. Like, nothing comes close to baseball food. It's better than hockey. It's better than anything I've ever experienced. Baseball, ballpark food is peak. It is awesome. Take a pic of your food haul during the Ducks night in September. Okay. Okay, I see you. Only vegan meals. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, my name's Evan. Put you to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, nothing comes close to ballpark food. Like, nothing comes close. Say it all the time. All right. All right. Trying to find something for us to react to here really quick. I got a good idea that we can I have an idea, but I need to find what I want to look for here. Hitting the Ducks watch party tomorrow. Ooh. You'll have homies recording in case anything goes down. What's up, nearby? How we doing? All right, do you guys want to so I got something we can do here. We got about 8 minutes till the start of the third. I have 20 food items that are coming to MLB ballparks. Would you guys like to go and review through these while we wait for the third? Would you guys like to do that? Comment if you guys would like to take a look at some food. We won't go through all 20, but we'll go through as many as we can. All right, you guys want to do it? We can go take a look. We can go take a look at some food. I got to get my voice revved up. All right. Let me set it up again. Oh, it's working all right. All right, I got to refresh. There we go. All right, let me zoom in here a little bit, make this a little bit brighter. All right. So this is per some website. These are 20 ballpark foods coming to MLB ballparks this season. We already looked at the Sanchez sliders. First off, a beef short rib corn dog. This is in Kansas City. I don't know. That looks interesting. The mac and cheese in the bottom. Yeah, what do we think about this? I don't know. There's some foods that are like perfect for ballparks, but there's some that are like, not really. Next up, Be More Yak. What the? Oh, it's like Chinese food. Not bad. Not bad. Not really my kind of stuff. Not a big Chinese food guy, I'm not gonna lie. So that's my opinion on that. Ooh. Crab smash tacos. Now this I would probably eat. This looks awesome. This looks absolutely delicious. Tacos, like I'll devour them. Honestly, I will. What is this? Apple pie waffle. Doesn't even look like a waffle. I'm zooming in real quick. What is that? Huh. Interesting. Also $50. You're probably right. You're probably right. With all these prices, does it say at the bottom? No, it doesn't say at the bottom. Oh shit. All right, there we go. Next up. Ooh. A DC Monument chicken tower. See, here's where I run into a problem. Here's where I run into a problem. This is too much. This is too much for me. I don't know if I like at a baseball game, I might have to take a nap at the ballpark. I don't know if I could do this. This might be too much for me. What do you guys think about that? Gotta hide it with vanilla ice cream. Ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh, I've seen this. I've seen this. What is this called? It's the Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's from the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a sweet beverage, salted caramel shake with whipped cream, peanut butter sandwich cookies, Kit Kat bars, and Cracker Jacks. This looks like diabetes waiting to happen. This looks insane. Yeah, true, Sebastian, you could share. You could share this one, too. You could share this one, too. This is nuts, dude. This is absolutely freaking nuts. Ooh. What is that, wieners? A Bow Wow dog. That looks good. Got some hot dogs in there. Not too bad. There's the Sanchez sliders. Ooh. I've seen this too. This is the like the foot-long taco. It's called the machete, but it's a foot-long taco. You can probably cut it up into little pieces. Obviously, it goes in that little crate in the back, of course. That's still good stuff. This is a margarita, I'm pretty sure, or a vodka. I don't know. I'm too young to have this. Ooh. Turkey in the slaw. Big turkey sandwich. I could do that. The burger, though, I don't know if I could do that, really. To be honest. All right. Two more, because we got the third in like 5 minutes. This is a Cochinita Pibil bone marrow tacos. Like a blue crust? What do they call that? Blue taco crust? I'm having a brain fart. It's 11 o'clock at night. Doesn't look too bad. Ooh, I would destroy these. Boom and onion, I would destroy these. It'd be a bad day to be a boom and onion. I would destroy these. I would absolutely demolish these. All right. One more. Ooh. A sweet pretzel. Look at that. Look at that freaking thing. Oh, that looks awesome. That looks freaking incredible. Man. That is awesome. All right. That was fun. Little ballpark food there. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Third period coming up soon. I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, everybody, I have returned. Sorry about that. What's up, C-Stat? How we doing? All right, third period coming up here in just a moment, guys. Or I guess right now. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Cole Smith, Nick Schmaltz, and Ian Cole, making it a 3-2 lead for Vegas after 40 minutes of play. Getting set for a very interesting and hopefully very entertaining third period coming up in just a moment. Taking a look real quickly as I log into my computer. Just give me a second here. Taking a look at my computer. Taking a look. Oh, my God. Can't log into my computer for some reason. There we go. Stats through 40. Shots are 18-14 in favor of Vegas. Face-offs are 54% in favor of the Golden Knights. Power plays. Utah 0 for 3. Vegas 0 for 2. Hits are 34-25 Utah. And block shots are 10-9 in favor of Utah as well. It's a 1-goal lead for Vegas here. If Vegas can win, they will tie up the series, and this series will be a best of 3. If the Golden Knights win, they will have a chance to advance to the second round in Game 5. Period number 3 between the Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights, and we are underway. Sean Durzi will dump it down low into the Vegas zone. Theodore battling for on the right side, then with the Kraus. Schmaltz up top, then Durzi. Back up top, then Keller. Pass down low. Cole. Shot on is blocked. Here come the Golden Knights the other way. Smith to center. Theodore will backhand it down low. Behind the net, then getting that puck. Sissons to Smith, a shot. And that one is blocked. Mammoth will try and clear it to center. Smith up top. Coming in, then Anderson gets around the D. And he couldn't get it on. Stolen back then by Nick Schmaltz. 2-on-4 through center. Keller into the zone. Back to Schmaltz, who will dump it down low. Keller back up top. It's broken up then by Vegas as Colton Sissons will backhand it to center. Gunther forced to center yet again. Weegar to Sergachev. Sergachev carries it into the zone. Cross-ice pass to Gunther. At the line, tipped in the air. Now battling forward is Carcone. Grab back down low. Gunther and a whistle blown dead for a high stick against the Mammoth. And a loud roar of boos come out in light of that. They did not agree with that call. Dollar Dog Night in Toronto. That sounds fun. Anybody ever do the 999? Face-off coming up here now on the Vegas end. Face-off won by Utah. They will dump it down low here into the Vegas end. On the right side, trying to get that one free, is Weegar. Through to center, Eichel. Into the zone. Jack Eichel fires it on, saved there by Vejmelka. Eichel. Ahead then for Gunther. Dylan Gunther with speed. Gunther into the zone. Carcone backhands it on. And that one's wide. Gunther up top. Gunther to Carcone. He scores! We are tied at 3. Michael Carcone and the Mammoth have come back from down 3-0. And we are tied at 3 in the third. Being down 3-0 early in the second period. 2 goals in 30 seconds. And now Michael Carcone has tied the game up at 3 apiece here in the third. And things should be very interesting going down the stretch. Who could see this coming? Not CJ. Yup. And my ESPN is lagging. Give me a second, guys. I have to close out my ESPN. Got to go back in. I apologize. Give me 1 second, guys. ESPN not cooperating with me. It's lagging. Because of course it is. All right. There we go. It is a 3-3 hockey game. 17-10 to go. Hannafin down low in front. And that shot there goes wide of Vejmelka. On the right side, battling for it down low. Hurdle at the point. Tomas Hurdle up top then for Theodore. A shot. And gloved by Vejmelka. A little over 3 minutes in here to the third period. The Mammoth have come back from down 3-0. ESPN sucks. Why you say that? Why you say that, Michael? Face-off coming up here now again in the Las Vegas zone. It'll be Schmaltz versus Eichel. Face-off coming up here now in the Utah end. It's won by the Knights. Eichel, down low now behind the net. Jack Eichel, backhanded off the boards and into the corner. Barbashev, down low then battling forward is Schmaltz. On the right side, Mammoth trying to get it to center. Here's McNabb at the point, slap shot, and into the chest of Amelka. And some loud cheers here from the Utah fans from Veggie. It's science. Yeah. He does have a point. He does have a point. Face-off now won by Utah in their own zone. Theodore. Knocked back by Krause. Theodore will backhand it down low now into the Utah zone. Mikhail Sergachev will dump it all the way back into the Vegas end. Theodore. Off the boards and around to center. Barbashev. Cross-ice pass. Schmidt fighting with Eichel. Cleared back down low now into the Utah zone. Marino on the right side then. Schmidt to center. Down low now, Cooley. Cooley fires it, saved by Hart. Here's Gunther in the corner, broken up then by Vegas. Cleared back down low into the Mammoth end. Marino versus Sissons. Nick Dowd as well down low in the corner. All of a sudden, it feels like the game's opened up a little bit. Cooley. Through the right zone, we'll dump it down low into the Vegas end. And that'll be an icing at 15:32. Go Utah, go. Love to hear that. Shots are 2016. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. Be greatly appreciated. Face off here now on the Utah end. One back then by the Golden Knights. Lazone battling for on the right side with Gunther. Marner on the right side up top. Hannafin and Lazone shatters his stick. The Mammoth will take advantage. Hart out of his net to play it. And he gets it down the other way. What a play by Carter Hart. Here's Mark Stone. Down low then for Eichel. Smith in the corner. Right side then to McNabb. How did... Oh, my Lord. Here's Theodore's shot. And that one goes wide. Schmaltz to Sergachev. Right side then Schmaltz gets around the D. Pass over Keller. Keller. Pass in front. It's in the crease. They score! It's the captain, Clayton Keller. And the Mammoth are ahead here in the third. Wow. Wow. Oh, my Lord. It slips off of Shea Theodore and into the back of the net. Utah is absolutely on fire right now. They have come back from down 3-0, and they lead by a goal here in the third period. Carcone up top. Cleared down low then behind the net. Hannafin gets it to center. Battling for it on the right side then is Hurdle alongside Dursey. Up top, Anderson shoots it. Saved by Mamelka. Penalty coming up against the Mammoth. And now we're going to get a Vegas power play. So immediately we went from Utah taking a 4-3 lead to the Golden Knights now going on the man advantage. And all of a sudden, this game just got very, very interesting. 14:21 left to go in the third period. Clayton Keller, the captain, from Schmaltz and Sergachev. 4 unanswered goals here for the Mammoth. Power play, though, for Vegas. We'll see if they respond. Face-off is blown dead due to a violation, so we will try that again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kraus will take the draw against Eichel. Power play. Face-off won then by Vegas. Theodore, right side, Dorofeev. Stone. Down low then for Eichel. Eichel to Stone. Stone down low below the line to Eichel. Jack Eichel behind the Vegas net. Eichel looks for options up top. Theodore a shot. Sabamelka. He'll cover up. This place is absolutely insane right now. Michael, I have a question for you. Since your LA Kings are no longer in the playoffs, who are you rooting for? If you're choosing a team to root for, Michael. I'm curious to hear your response, bro. Face-off now in the Utah zone. It's one back then by the Mammoth. Golden Knights will steal it back. Stenlund will dump it down the other way. Already 30 seconds gone. Theodore, pass over, broken up by Stenlund. Eichel gets it back. Dorofeev, cross ice to Theodore. Theodore into the zone, broken up by Kerfoot, and dumped back down the other way. Here's Jack Eichel in the Vegas zone. Eichel through center. Regroups now at the line. He'll try and get it down low. Kerfoot will clear it back down the other way. This place is going ballistic right now. Carter Hart gives it back then for Rasmus Andersson. Off the boards for Hannafin. Hannafin will drop it back for Marner. Cleared all the way down into the Utah zone for an icing against the Golden Knights on the power play. Oh, my Lord. Face off here now in the Vegas end. Vegas just had an icing while on the power play. Anderson through center. Rasmus Andersson will bank it off the boards. Back down low into the Utah end. Sergachev fighting now on the right side. Puck is cleared the other way by Utah. Carter Hart gives it up then for Anderson. Power play. Winds down. Marner cleared away then by the Mammoth. They will dump it back into the Vegas zone. Hannafin in the Golden Knights end. Shots 21-13 in favor of the Knights. Power play comes to a close. Hannafin dumps it around behind the net. Sissons on the right side then. Grabbed back by Kerfoot. Through to center then Peterka. Sissons will backhand it down low. Cole Smith. Pass up then to Sissons. At the point then, Korzak to Lazona shot. And that one's blocked. In the corner now, battling for it is Dowd alongside Dursey, Marino, and Sissons. Tortorella loves this fourth line here for the Knights. Puck is cleared back into the Vegas zone for an icing. What am I, the Avs? Still got to like the Flyers since we used to call them the East Coast Kings. Yep. I don't know. The Flyers seem to be selling, so I don't know. $11:40 left to go here in regulation. The Mammoth have come back from down 3-0. Theodore, shot on, goes wide. Barbashev will backhand it into the corner. Howden back for Eichel. Jack Eichel on the right side, up top, then McNabb. McNabb pass over, blocked. Braden McNabb Down low then for Barbashev. Pass in front. Broken up then by Utah. McNabb to Keller. Keller down low. Pass over. Right in the crease there for Barbashev, but broken up. Barbashev to the point to Theodore. Shot on is blocked. Rebounds for Eichel. Denied by Vejmelka. Up top, McNabb. Cross ice pass then. Theodore's shot. And that one's blocked. Eichel in the corner, battling for it on the right side. Cooley gets it to center. What a hit by Jersey. What an effort by Peterka. Kerfoot will gain the line and fire it in on Hart. Oh my lord. This place is absolutely electric right now. Through center with speed. Stretch pass into the Utah zone. Smith to Stone. Down low, Riley Smith. Pass in front. Jabbing at that puck. It's in the crease and cleared away. Mammoth will dump it back to center. Vegas is really putting on the pressure. Hannafin dumps it into the Utah zone. Cole. Right side then for Weegar. Ian Cole over then for Tanev, who will try and clear. And the puck goes out of play with exactly 10 minutes to go. We are exactly halfway through the third period. The Mammoth have not only tied the game, but they've taken a 4-3 lead, and they're halfway to a 3-1 series lead. Unbelievable. Thank you, Cameroon. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 75 subscribers away from 6,400. You guys have been nuts this year in these playoffs. It's been phenomenal. And this stream has, and these streams have just been absolutely insane. We are also less than 20 likes away from 100 likes as well. Damn right, Tim. It has been a fun game tonight, brother. Hey, JP Power from Windsor with a $1 dono. Thank you, JP. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, bro. That means a lot, man. Thank you. Worried about the Ducks beating Edmonton? Yeah. I don't know, man. Looks like they might be able to get it done. We'll see. We shall see. You're right, Clayton. All right, face-off coming up here in the Utah zone, exactly halfway through period number 3. It'll be Alex Kerfoot versus Jack Eichel. Game 5 will be on Thursday. I'm pretty sure. I think it's on Thursday. Face-off won back by Utah. They will clear it all the way back to center. Vegas will dump it down low. Then Mammoth will take their sweet time. Weegar fighting alongside Howden. Barbashev up top then for Anderson. Anderson down low then for Eichel. Eichel up top to Hannafin. Hannafin a shot. He scores! Tipped in front by Brett Howden. And the Golden Knights have responded. We are tied. Brett Howden, his second goal of the night, ties the game up directly at 4 apiece. Game 5's Wednesday. Okay. We are not done yet. Brett Howden with 9:34 left from Hannafin and Eichel. Who scored for Utah? It was Keller who got the go-ahead goal. Oops. Tipped in front by Brett Howden. The Golden Knights have responded back and tied the game at 4 apiece. Face-off here now is won by Utah. The Mammoth got too conservative on that play. They were really locking in on the defensive end when it was 10 minutes to go in the game. Whistle blown dead here at 9:22 for an icing, I believe. Game's not over yet, guys. Game is not over yet. Face-off at center ice then is won back by Utah. Schmidt trying to dump that one down low. Schmaltz into the zone. Schmaltz to Krause. Fires it. That one down low in the corner. Keller for Schmaltz. Schmaltz up top then now. Pass up top to Marino. Marino at the point then Schmidt. Down low to Schmaltz. Schmaltz looking for options then. Broken up by the Golden Knights. Kept in by Mammoth. Marino to Keller. Denied by Carter Hart. Oh, Keller was wide open on the right side. If he had a little bit more on that. Brett Howden with 8:50 to go in the third period. We will step aside. Tied here at 4 apiece in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentaries. As always, it definitely means a lot. Any possibility they tie after third period? Yes, definitely. Definitely. They definitely can. There will be at least one more goal. For sure. Guaranteed. All right, still a commercial break here, guys. Think they'll both score again and go to OT. I think if we're going to OT, there won't be any more goals scored. All right, face-off coming up here now. It's going to be in the Vegas zone. What a phenomenal hockey game we have here. Yeah, Chris, it's been nuts today. It'll be Stenland versus Hannafin. Showing off Ryan Smith, owner of the Mammoth. What a guy. Ryan Smith, one of the best owners in the league. Face off. And it's one back into the Vegas end. Hannafin off the boards to center. Smith into the zone. Shoots it. Saved there by Mamelka. On the right side then, Tanev battling for it. Down low in the corner with it there is Korzak. Tanev off the boards. Dowd will dump it back down low. Here's Ian Cole. Ian Cole will hold it here in the Utah zone. Yamamoto will dump it down low into the Golden Knights end. Korzak on the right side. Through center now with speed is Eichel. Eichel comes in, waits, fires it, and that one goes wide there with Melka. Anderson down low now in the corner. Eichel battling for it alongside Weegar. Hannafin to Anderson, a shot, and that one's denied. Sergachev will backhand this one all the way back into the Vegas zone for an icing. Face-off coming up here now again in the Utah zone. Kerfoot will take the draw against Marner. Face-off one back then by the Mammoth. Kerfoot to Keller, trying to get it to center. On the right side then, moving it through the neutral zone. Backhanded down low by Carconi. McNabb around the boards then for Stone. Down low now into the Utah end. 7:20 left to go here in regulation. Golden Knights will break it up at center. Stone, right side to McNabb. Cleared back down low into the Utah end. Furthermore, Schmidt to Marino. Off the boards then Yamamoto. Battling for now on the right side, McNabb. Up top, Schmidt to Gunther. A shot into the glove of Carter Hart. Now under 7 minutes to go here in the third period. Very slow end to this game. Feels like it's a slow move to the finish. Are the Knights good enough to win the Stanley Cup this year? Sure. I think any team is that's currently still in it. But, you know, again, can all the things go right for you in your run if they're struggling like this against the Mammoth? I don't know. Face-off now in the Vegas end. One back then by the Golden Knights. Hannafin off the boards to center. And Yamamoto scores the game winner. Can you say, Domo Aragado me, Yamamoto? Huh, what does that mean? Sergachev battling for it in the corner with Krause. Smith is there as well. Trying to get it loose down low in the corner. 4-4 here with 6.5 minutes remaining. Weegar fighting now with Sergachev. Smith up top, Anderson. Anderson will carry this one around down low. Battling for it then with Keller. Clayton Keller in the corner. Grab back by Anderson. Pass up top then to Schmaltz. And backhanded down into the Vegas zone. Hannafin for John Marino. Marino drops it back then for Gunther. Gunther up top. Schmidt will fire that one on. It's blocked. Cleared back to center then Eichel. On the right side, battling for it alongside Howden. Brett Howden. Back over then Barbashev. Dumps it down low into the corner. Here's Nate Schmidt now moving it through center. He'll dump it down low. We are approaching crunch time. Crunch time is when a game is tied up in the final 5 minutes of play. McNabb through center. Howden. Cross-ice pass broken up. Marner carries it in. Battling for it down low in the corner with Cole. Played back ahead then for Kevin Stenlund. Stenlund will dump it down low here into the Vegas end. And that'll be an icing. Thank you all for tuning in. We have 210 people here in the commentary. Thank you, Douglas. I appreciate it. Go Mammoth. Good to see all you guys in here. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are at 88 likes on this commentary. Face off in the Utah zone. One back then by the Mammoth. Cole Back to Smith. Down low now in the corner, getting it back is Marner. Mitch Marner knocked off that puck down low. Lazone to Korzak. Stone a shot. That one's blocked. Rebounds there. Denied by Vejmelka. Karel Vejmelka having to make some big saves. We will step aside. Under 5 minutes to play. Brett Howden ties the game at 4. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I very much so appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new. Made some food and we are tied. Yep. Have I seen Dodgeball? Dodgeball 10 out of 10 movie. I love it. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. You know what I was watching? 42. Jackie Robinson movie. I was watching that before I started streaming today. You know what else I was watching last night? You guys ever hear of Hotel Rwanda? I watched it in school a couple of years ago, and then I was scrolling on YouTube, and it came up as a recommended. I'm like, oh, I'm watching this again. It's a great movie. It's a true story about genocide in, what country was it? I forget. It was genocide, not in, I don't think the country was called Rwanda, but, and it's a great movie. Has Don Cheadle in it. Yeah, both are great movies. All right. Face-off coming up here now with 4:48 to go. Enough about movies. What, Hotel Rwanda, Michael? It's a great movie. Eichel. Battling for it down low now with Stenlund. Eichel over that for Howden up top. Theodore fires it. And that one's blocked. Krause. Back to center. Schmaltz. Trying to chip it down low. Weegar. Battling for it on the right side then with Sergachev. Sergachev will dump it off the boards to center. Howden. Ahead then for Eichel. Eichel will dump it in on Vejmelka. Sergachev. Right side then, Carconi. Cross-ice pass then, grabbed back by Kerfoot. Alex Kerfoot will hold it here in the Utah zone. Keller. Fighting for it now on the right side. Stolen back to my Vegas. Marner into the zone with 4 minutes to go. Mitch Marner backhanded down low. Broken up then by the Golden Knights. Anderson to Hannafin. Smith. Right side then Marner. Broken up down low. Schmidt. Over then ahead for Carconi. Carconi to Keller. Keller will dump it furthermore down low. Vegas will steal it back and try and clear. Cooley at center. Cooley shoots it. That one's blocked. Carconi a chance. Denied by Hart. Hannafin back now down low here in the corner. Clear to center now. Back for Cooley. Cooley into the Vegas end. Stolen back by Vegas. Now Cole Smith breaks it through center. Down a shot. And that one is gloved by Veggie. There have been 0 3-goal comeback wins in a franchise's first playoff series. That's a weird-ass stat for ESPN to put on there. I was going to say there's never been a 3-goal comeback in NHL playoffs history. I was going to say that's not even... There's no way that's true. Anywho. Face off here in the Utah zone. Stenland will lose the draw. Tanev breaks it now through center. He'll poke check it down low. O'Brien battling for now on the right side. Vegas will dump it to center. Dursey, cross ice pass. Puck slides up in the air then. Colton Sissons will try and clear it down low. Whistle blown dead at 2:48. All right. .248 to go in the third period. Eichel will take the draw against Cooley. Face off one back then by the Golden Knights. Anderson will dump it down low. And that'll be an icing with 2:42 to go. Feels like there's been just like constant whistles in this one. Feels like they're never letting the clock run down. It's just been constant whistles. On and on and on and on and on. Technically, you're wrong, Spaceman. Although they do have the Mammoth roster, they don't inherit the Coyotes history. You're kind of right, but you're technically wrong. They don't inherit the Arizona history. This is a technically new franchise. Face off one back then by the Golden Knights. They will dump it to center. Kerfoot dumps it down low into the Vegas end. Hannafin, right side. Kerfoot, a shot deflected just wide. Logan Cooley, down low now, battling for it in the corner. Barbashev, ahead then for Howden. Howden, into the zone then now Sergachev back over to Weegar. Mackenzie Weegar through center. Schmaltz comes back and loops around. Now in the final 2 minutes of play in the third. Weegar looks for options. Pass up top to Schmaltz. Schmaltz shoots it. Blocked. Rebounds there. By the net then. Pass up top. Broken up by Marner. Vegas will carry it back the other way. Marner with speed. Drops it back. Smith. Poke checked and out of play. What a poke by Clayton Keller. No, I don't bet. I'm not a betting guy. Yeah, they're not technically a part of the Arizona Coyotes Spaceman. They inherited the Coyotes players, but they're not technically a part of the Coyotes franchise history. Like, their records don't carry over. Face off here now is won back by the Golden Knights. Down low in the corner, Marino battling for it with Stone. Up top, Hannafin, a shot. Denied. Rebound to the crease. Grabbed back to by Anderson. Poke checked away. 1:30 to go in the third period. Here come the Mammoth now through center. Broken up by Hannafin. And Smith will backhand it down low. Schmidt in the Utah end. Nate Schmidt will move it through center. Puck off the boards and deflected down low into the Vegas zone. Gunther fighting with McNabb in the corner. Trying to get that one to center. It's kept in then by the Mammoth. Battling forward then is Smith alongside Gunther. And we are now in the final minute officially. McNabb, right side. Cleared off the boards to center. Cole to Dursey. Dursey off the boards then for Ian Cole. Cole to Keller. Keller back then for Krause. Keller will grab it down low. Keller behind the net with speed. 30 seconds to go. Sergachev a shot. That one's blocked and gloved by Carter Hart. Yeah, you are right. Spaceman, you are right. That is what they are, yeah. It's interesting. You usually, when you see something like that, it means they relocated and they carry the records over. Sometimes it doesn't. They were talking about, with the Winnipeg Jets, they were talking about giving the Jets their 1.0 records. So, face-off coming up in the Vegas end. Just under 30 seconds to go here in regulation. Things have gotten increasingly interesting. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Face-off in the Vegas end. Dowd versus Schmaltz. They blow the play dead due to a face-off violation. We will try again. Second attempt. Dowd versus Schmaltz. Face-off. One back by the Golden Knights. McNabb off the boards all the way back into the Utah zone. 20 seconds left. Sergachev to Keller, who will dump it into the Vegas end. Getting there first is Schmaltz. Trying to throw a pass up top. Keller, pass in front. Nobody's there. 10 seconds left. Eichel will get it back. Pass ahead then for Barbashev. Off the board, Sergachev. Broken up, cleared down low. And folks, we are headed to overtime here from the Delta Center. 60 minutes was not enough. We will need overtime here in Utah. That being said, folks, we'll have a brief intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number, or I guess overtime, actually. We'll be back for overtime momentarily. This is the countdown until overtime. Just got here on the game so far. Intense. It's not really, in terms of shots, it's not that crazy. Vegas has been getting plenty more shots, but nothing too insane besides that. And we are tied at 4 apiece. So we'll take a little bit of a breather. Everybody go get a snack. Go get a drink. Go get some rest. We are 4 likes away from 100. We are 4 likes away from 100 likes here on the stream. I would appreciate if you guys could hit that like button. Am I done with the Oilers? I will stream. I'm streaming Edmonton tomorrow, Tony. I am streaming Edmonton tomorrow. It woke me up. Yep, it did. Almost out of water. If a team goes to OT, can they change their goalies? Yes, they can. What will the fans in Edmonton be like? Loud. Who wins? Yeah, guys, drop your prediction. Who is winning this game? Give me a player who is scoring the overtime goal. Drop it in the comment section. Who is scoring the OT winner? All I ask for is that it doesn't go to double or triple overtime. Keller? Do I think Atlanta will get a team? Yes, eventually. Will McDavid have a legacy game? We'll have to see, bro. It's right there for him to get. All right. Hannafin. We got Cooley. A lot of Cooley picks. Tim says Marner. All right, got about 10 minutes to OT, folks. Playoffs are a marathon. You don't win the Stanley Cup in one game. Yup, you do. You don't. You're right about that. Yeah, they were up by 3 at one point. Kind of abysmal. They blew that, right? Think playoffs are faster than physical now. What do you think? They're both. They become a lot faster, but also the physical factor is still a part of it. What's up, J-Dub? Sergachev must have an orchard. Apparently he has chickens. I think he has chickens. I need to look it up now. Can somebody confirm that? I'm pretty sure Sergachev has chickens. He does. He does have chickens. Look at this photo I just found. Look at this. This is Sergachev. Don't disrespect my chickens. That's Mikhail Sergachev of the Lightning. Or the Mammoth. Used to be a Lightning. Yeah, he's got 3 apples tonight. Whoever bet that making a lot of money right now. For some reason, J-Dub saying that unlocked like a memory in my brain. And I was like, oh, he had this. Yep. Hey, we're past 100 likes. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. We still got like 5 minutes to overtime, guys. We're getting there. ASMR chewing, yeah. I've been live since 7, so gotta get some fuel in me. Nope. Hey, Dave. Dave Valensky with a 10. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hang on, I'll answer your question. Dave says, I heard Atlanta's up for expansion. If it failed twice, what makes Gary think it will work a 3rd time? Time for Canada to get an 8th team. Quebec. The only reason why they won't do that is because of the Canadian economy. And they like Atlanta because they think it can work with competent ownership. And I agree. On a level, I think it can. But I don't know. I think it can, but I think it's fair to give other cities a shot. Football and basketball run Atlanta, yeah. If not Quebec, Hartford. Could give Hartford a shot. Is that all based off of nostalgia, though? Who do I think will win? Utah. Why are we doing 6-7 in the ESPN studio? Hartford will never get one. No market for it. Yeah, that and the Hurricanes stole their jerseys. So, they took them. I'm kidding, obviously. Alrighty, everyone. We are ready to start overtime here from Utah, between the Utah Mammoth and the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's do a little recap here up until this point. First period, Pavel Dorofeev and Brett Howden open up the scoring, followed by Cole Smith early on into the second period. After that, Utah would score 4 unanswered goals from Schmaltz, Cole, Carconi, and Keller. And then later on in the third period, Brett Howden would tie it at 4 apiece to send this game to overtime. And it should be a fun one here tonight. It is OT from the Delta Center, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We got 240 people in here joining us for this commentary call. It is I believe, the 9th time we have seen overtime in the playoffs this year. And this is a big one. One shot can put a team up 3-1. The other can tie the series. Shots 28-22 in favor of the Golden Knights. Overtime here from Utah. And we are underway. Face-off here is blown dead due to a violation. So we'll try that again. Second attempt. Face-off is won back then by the Golden Knights. Vegas will come back and regroup in their own zone. McNabb for Theodore. Cross-ice passes. It slides in to the Utah zone for an icing. Drop your predictions in the comment sections. Who is going to score the overtime winner? Got to be up in 4 hours. Going to listen to you and either catch you in or pass out. Thank you, J-Dubbo. Good one, bro. Face off in the Vegas end. Won by the Mammoth. Up top, Keller. Keller to Schmidt. A shot. Denied there by Hart with a stick. Down low now in the corner. Dowd. Battling forward with Krause. Schmaltz. Right side. Schmaltz up top. Then Schmidt. A shot into the chest of Carter Hart. And no rebound allowed there. First shot of the game there first shot of the overtime frame for Utah. Face off again now in the Vegas zone. It'll be Cooley versus Stone. Face off one back then by the Golden Knights. Eichel will dump it off the boards back into the Mammoth end. Sergachev chipped off the boards to the center. Hannafin gets it back then for Vegas, or at least he tries to. Down low in the corner now, Carconi. Back to Cooley. Cooley up top to Sergachev. Shoots it. And that one goes up in the air. Cooley will force it back to center. Mammoth will regroup now in their own end. Mikhail Sergachev off the boards and back into the Vegas zone. And that'll be an icing as well. This is kind of a little bit of deja vu. Back to 2025 when the Golden Knights were taking on Minnesota. The Golden Knights trailed 2-1 in that series. And they went to overtime in Game 4. It was Ivan Barbashev who tied up the series at 2 apiece, and Vegas would go on to win that series in 6 games. I remember that Game 4 because it was the most popular and most viewed live commentary from the 2024-25 season in Watch with Nordic history. So a little fun fact there. Here's Stone, a shot. That one goes wide. Theodore. Down low then now for Smith. Smith, wraparound chance there. It's in the crease and cleared away. Smith gets it back. Stone waits up top. Theodore's shot goes wide. Golden Knights still have it. Battling for it on the right side. Marino off the boards and back to center. Mark Stone will regroup at center ice. Stone through center. Cross ice pass then for Dorofeev. A shot saved by Pavelka. Pavel Dorofeev down low in the corner. Chipped off the boards. Stone battling for it. Mammoth will get it to center. O'Brien off the boards to center. Hurdle will carry it into the zone. He's blocked off that puck now. Tanev takes it back for the Mammoth. Tanev through center, gets around Korzak. Battling for it in the corner then with Jeremy Lazone. Penalty coming up against Vegas. Oh, it's against Utah. No, it's against the Mammoth. I thought it was against Vegas. Are you serious? Power play coming up for the Golden Knights. It's a slashing call on Kevin Stenlund. He doesn't necessarily agree with it, but it doesn't matter if he does. Another power play coming up for the Golden Knights. And they have certainly struggled on their man advantage tonight. They are 0 for 3 on the power play, as is Utah, to be fair. As is Utah. Face-off coming up now in the Utah zone. Power play for Vegas. It'll be Eichel versus Kerfoot. The face-off is a tie-up here. Utah trying to jab that puck. Sergachev will get it free. Down low now behind the net. Mikhail Sergachev will clear it all the way back down into the Vegas end. Shea Theodore will take it through center. Theodore drops it back to Eichel. Eichel looking for options. Will dump it down low into the Utah end. Sergachev now behind the net. Clear back around to the right side. Thrown back to center. Theodore will get it back here now and regroup. Dorofeev off the boards to Stone. Stone to Eichel. On the right side, forced back to center. Jack Eichel will come back now and regroup in his own end. Cross ice pass, Marner. Marner for Stone. Gains the line. Dorofeev comes in. Already halfway through the power play. Vegas just now setting up. Eichel. Top of the circle. Theodore to Dorofeev. A shot. Block rebounds there. Denied. In the crease. Backhand. And Pavelka makes the save. It's still loose. Krause gets it back. He'll clear to center. Racing with speed now is Schmaltz. As it slides back into the Vegas zone, Carter Hart will play it away. Stone. Cross ice pass then to Eichel. Eichel to Stone. Mark Stone back to Marner. Mitch Marner. Down low then for Stone. Stone up top to Eichel. Jack Eichel being tied up there by Cooley, kept in by Howden. Howden down low for Marner. Marner to Howden. Howden waits, pass in front. Blocked by Pavelka. Here's Stone. Up top to Eichel. Eichel to Stone. Stone up top now to Eichel. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Theodore. Right side to Eichel. Eichel will fire it down low for Stone. Stone to Marner. Pass in front. Broken up. Power play will come to a close. Marner shoots it. And that one's blocked. Eichel. Down low in the Utah zone. We are back to even strength. Mammoth will get it back now. It's Cooley ahead for Stenlund. They'll gain the line and flip it down low. Stenlund fighting with Hannafin. In the corner, broken up by Utah. Keller, wraparound chance. Goes wide of heart. Up top, Sergachev a drive. And that one goes out of play. Off the netting, in fact. Oh, man. I was not expecting this game to go the way it did. I thought after Vegas went up 3-0, I was like, man, this is going to be another blowout. But no. But no. Face-off coming up in the Vegas zone. It is a tie-up then. Here's Keller. Clayton Keller down low in the corner. Trying to get that one free. Schmaltz. Pass up top. Broken up then by Vegas. Kraus on the right side will backhand it down low behind the net. Keller fighting with Hannafin. Up top then Sergachev. Sergachev up top. Shot from Dursey goes wide. Sergachev a shot. That one's blocked as well. I'm not really cheering for anybody, to be honest. I'm just commentating the game. I'll share the same enthusiasm no matter who scores. Kraus. Down low then for Hannafin. Hannafin will dump it to center. Here's Smith, who will clear it down low. On the right side now with speed. Dump back down low into the Vegas end. Anderson battling forward with Yamamoto. Yamamoto in the corner, back to Cooley. Cooley up top. Cross-ice pass. Gunther fires it. Saved by Hart. He'll cover up. Crowd and benches have been on their feet essentially the entire time. That's the best part about overtime hockey. You get to overtime, everybody's just standing on their feet for the entire duration of it. That's the best part about it, honestly, in my opinion. Face-off here now in the Vegas zone. Eichel versus Cooley. Face-off won by Utah. Schmidt will dump it down low to the corner. McNabb will get it back then for Vegas. Off the boards to center. Gunther back down low. Battling for on the right side then Yamamoto. Schmidt to Gunther. A shot! Denied by Hart. And a whistle blown dead. Now some of the physicality here really taking shape. Utah getting shots on. Haven't done a lot of that here tonight. Goaltenders will make some saves, help improve their save percentages in this one just slightly. They ain't thinking about that, though. They don't give a rat's ass with their save percentages. I know Carter Hart doesn't. Face-off coming up now in the Vegas zone. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We're 65 subs away from 6,400. Theodore. Off the boards, Barbashev. To center. Schmaltz. Carried ahead then for Keller. Into the zone, Kraus. Kraus. Pass up top then Schmaltz. Back down low, broken up then by Vegas. Kept in though by Utah. Kraus with some room. Fires it. That one's blocked. Here's Schmidt a chance. And that was denied as well. Barbashev will get it to center. Sergachev to Kraus. Ahead then for Schmaltz. Pass to Keller. Denied. As it goes out of play. Thank you, Joey Bitcoin. Yeah, I am going to school for broadcasting right now. I work for the ECHL's Reading Royals. So I'm trying my best. This is just me practicing. Trying to practice my craft and get better on YouTube here. And also kind of grow a fan base too and meet some new people and all that good stuff. Face off here now in the Vegas end. Dowd will take the draw against Kerfoot. Face-off one back by the Golden Knights. Anderson will dump it around the boards to center. And a whistle blown dead here for an offsides against the Mammoth. Thank you, JT. I'm all out of graham crackers. Thank you, DCP. Yeah, doing the best I can. I mean, it's great practice every night. We've been live every single day since day one of the playoffs. Face-off one back then by Utah. Uyghur will dump it down low. Off the boards, Lazone. Down low in the corner, up top then Sergachev. Back to Carcone. Michael Carcone up top. Here's Sergachev, a shot. Save there. Carcone. Back up top to Uyghur, a drive. And that was denied there as well by Hart. Sergachev. Up top for Utah. Uyghur, drive. And that one's denied as well. Plenty of chances for both sides. Icing against Vegas. Yeah, Michael, I would love that. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, hey, having a good time. Why not? A little casual commentary here on a Monday night. Early Tuesday morning for some. Shots 31-27. Mammoth have been putting on the shots here recently. Vegas was trying to be slick. Thank you, Artifact. Face off again now in the Las Vegas zone. It's one back then by the Mammoth. Schmidt up top to Marino. Marino for Gunther, a shot that one's blocked. Vegas trying to clear it to center. All the way back into the Utah zone. Marino cleared off the boards to center. Cooley comes back into the Mammoth end. Schmidt off the boards then. Gunther will dump it down low. Yamamoto. And not the one from LA. Battling for it in the corner. Ian Cole. Down low in the corner. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Charmaine. I think I said that right. Smith to Marner in the Utah zone. Marner to Smith. Broken up there. Gunther takes it back to Keller. Keller will gain the line and dump it down low. An exhausted Utah Mammoth line out there on the ice. Golden Knights will break it now through center. Marner into the zone. Broken up then by Utah once again. Schmaltz through center. Knocked off the puck. Taken back then by Dursey. Keller into the zone. Shoots it. And that one goes wide as well. Up top with it now is Krause. Krause to Dursey. Dursey across ice pass and Keller with no stick. Golden Knights will break it to center. Stone for Dowd. Here's Dowd. Down low, backhand on. Goes up and wide. Mammoth keep the pressure on. Sissons will fire it wide there of the Utah net. Krause cleared back down low. Lawson Krause battling for it down low now in the corner. Back over to Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev trying to chip it off the boards to center. Dursey will get it there. Lazone to Eichel. Jack Eichel now behind the Utah net. Eichel up top. Lazone, a shot denied there. Rebound for Korzak. Goes wide. Up top, Lazone gets it back. Fires it. And that one's wide as well. And all the way back to center. Korzak hit down low by Carcone, who falls on his feet as well, trying to get that puck loose in the corner. Gunther fires it around the Vegas net. Up top, Schmidt. Schmidt with some room. Puts it on. And that one's blocked. Cooley to Gunther. Gunther off the bench then. Shot. Save there by Hart. Eichel. Right side then for Dorofeev. Will break it through center. Dorofeev into the zone. Shoots it. Saved by Vejmelka. Oh, it's in the back of the net. They score! I could have sworn Vejmelka had that. Golden Knights win in overtime. How did that go through? I could have sworn Vejmelka had that. Pavel Dorofeev, I believe, is the one who got the overtime winner. The officials are going to take a look at this. We may not be done yet. Hang on. Hang on. They're going to take a look. How did that go in? Let me see the... I could have sworn Veggie had that. Check the replay. Oh, no. Oh, it's offsides. It's offsides. It's offsides. Oh, no. It's offsides. Yeah, that's 1,000% offsides. That's 1,000% offsides. Yeah, I mean, like, there's really no debating this. That's 1,000% offsides. Maybe. It looks like it is to me. Oh, this might count, actually. Oh, this is like right down to the wire here. I forgot that there is an apparent rule where if the skate is not touching the ground, it may be good. It looks like it's offsides to me, but I'm not 100% sure. So, seeing the replay, it was a rebound for Dorofeev, who I think Vejmelka thought he had the puck. It was a shot from Eichel. Vejmelka thought he had it. The rebound trickled through. Dorofeev tucked it in. I didn't even notice it. We'll see what the official call is here. 9:38 to go in the overtime frame. They're going to take a long look at this. They're taking a long look at this. Thank you all for tuning in, though. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Sorry for that call, because I thought Veggie had the save. All right. Here's the call. Offsides, no goal. No goal, we will play on. We will play on. All right. Here's the call. Offsides, no goal. No goal. We will play on. And good, because that was not a great call of the Dorofeev goal. So I said it was 1,000% offsides, but I forgot about the fact that the skate doesn't have to be touching the skate. Both skates have to be touching the ground now. That rule was changed a couple years ago. If the one skate is lifted as you enter the zone, you're technically onside. It's a weird rule, but I guess it was touching the ice. We will play on. All right, 9:42 is the time on the clock. We've gone through a little bit over halfway of the overtime frame. They're just taking some time to clean up the ice. We will only be live tomorrow for one game, sadly. Again, I said it a couple times earlier today. We will only be live for one game tomorrow. It is Oilers and Ducks. Anaheim has a chance to move on to round 2 with a win tomorrow in Edmonton. That's the only game we'll be live for tomorrow. All right, believe the faceoff's going to come in the neutral zone here. We will continue on. Faceoff outside of the Utah end. 9:42 to go in the overtime. The faceoff is won back by the Mammoth. Sergachev for Weegar, who will backhand it down low into the Vegas end. Shots are 8-4 here in this overtime. As I update the shots here super quickly. Schmaltz battling forward with McNabb. Grab back then by Eichel. Eichel, 3-on-3, will dump it down low into the Utah zone. Weegar to Sergachev. Sergachev ahead then for Schmaltz, who will dump it down low. Hanifin will grab it in the corner then for Utah. Dorofeev up top, kept in by Cooley. Poke checked away. Stone will get it back to center. Stone back into the Utah zone. Pass in front. Broken up there. Mammoth get it back. Here's Gunther. 3-on-3. Trying to get around Hanifin. Poke checked away. And Stone will force it to center. Recovering then in the Utah zone is Schmidt. Back over then Marino. Off the boards to Dylan Gunther. Gunther to Yamamoto. Yamamoto dropped back down low then for Rasmus Anderson. Anderson in the Vegas end to center. Mammoth will hold it in their own zone. Carconi battling for it alongside Dowd. Puck is cleared back into the Vegas zone. Korzak, cross-ice pass. Dowd comes in. Below the line then, will clear it around behind the net. Up top, Lazone shoots it. And that one's denied. Here's Ian Cole. Ahead then for Brandon Tanev. Through center, Kerfoot now battling for it with Lazone. Colton Sissons. Down low in the corner. Dowd trying to feed it to center. Tanev battling for it on the bench side. Less than 8 minutes to go in the overtime frame. Sergachev will fire it into the Las Vegas end. Broken up on the line. Here's Smith. One-on-one with Sergachev. Smith forced to regroup around and turn over that puck. Keller gets it back then down low. Weegar. Mackenzie Weegar in the Utah end. Cleared off the boards to center. Eichel. Cleared off the boards and back in on Vejmelka, who will opt to make the save. Shots 32-30. 7-10 left to go here in the first overtime frame. It is still 4-4. Would have been Pavel Dorofeev's overtime winner. Dorofeev would have became the 39th different player in Watch with Nordic history to score an OT winner. Face off in the Utah zone. It's Eichel versus Schmaltz. Poke checked up to center. Theodore. Back over then to McNabb. Cleared back into the Utah zone. Eichel fighting alongside Krause. Down low now behind the net. Barbashev battling for it. At the point, Theodore trying to backhand it down low now. Keller jabbing at that puck. Schmaltz for Weegar. Weegar will try and get it to center. Eichel in the Vegas end. Jack Eichel gets around Schmidt. Down low now, Mackenzie Weegar will dump it off the boards. Keller to center. Mark Stone will regroup with it now. Smith has knocked off that puck. In the Utah zone, they'll try and move it to center. Cooley, he'll get around Hannafin. Cooley dekes in, broken up by the Knights defense. Hannafin, cross ice pass. Marner broken up there by Nate Schmidt. Schmidt will dump it off the boards to center. Gunther into the zone. Dylan Gunther will backhand it down low into the corner. Marner will backhand it to center then for Vegas. Schmaltz back over ahead then for Marino. Battling forward alongside Gunther. Thrown back to center. Marino to Cole. Stolen back at the line. Gunther gets it back down low. 5.5 minutes to go here in this first overtime frame. Cleared all the way back down here into the Mammoth end. Up top, Lazona shot. That one goes wide. On the right side, Tanev battling for it down low in the corner. Ian Cole will get it back then for Utah to center. Puck slides in on Hardy's out of his net to play that one. Anderson will get it back to center. Sergachev to Weegar. Weegar then for Krause. Krause, backhand pass is blocked. Anderson moves it through center now for Vegas. Dumped down low into the Utah end. On the right side, Captain Keller. Trying to get that puck free in the corner. Krause to center. Here's Nick Schmaltz into the zone. Schmaltz back to Keller. Broken up then by Vegas. Here's Dowd. Fighting now with Krause. Down low in the corner. Schmidt trying to get that one free as well. 4.5 minutes to go here in this overtime frame. Schmaltz will bank it off the boards and back into the Vegas end. Here's Schmidt off the boards. Here's Yamamoto, a shot. He fended the puck, rebounds there, and cleared away. Through center now with speed is Barbashev. Barbashev gets around the D, broken up down low in the corner. Marino. Behind the net then for Schmidt. Anderson. Down low in the corner, battling forward with Cooley. Nate Schmidt's there as well. Barbashev. Trying to throw that one up top to Anderson. Marino. Gets it back for Utah to center. Backhanded down low now into the Vegas end. Eichel. Cross ice pass then to Hannafin. And dumped into the Utah zone. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We got 400 people in this commentary. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 45 subs away from 57 or from 6,400. Korzak will dump it down low into the Utah zone. Cole battling alongside Smith. And a whistle blown dead here at 3:12 for an offsides. Whew. How we feeling, everyone? Little break here. No problem, Jesse. Thank you for being here. Anybody ready to go to bed yet? This is never ending. Nope. It will never end. Thank you, Bob. Coffee. I'm good. I'm good. Face-off coming here now outside of the Utah zone. Face-off one back then by the Mammoth. Sergachev. Ahead then for Keller. Keller to Weegar. Weegar will dump it down low into the Vegas end. Krause in the corner fighting with McNabb. Keller to Barbashev. Pass back to Howden. Howden, cross ice pass. Weegar is at icing against the Golden Knights with 2:49 to go. This is great hockey, yep. Work at Delta Center, just clocked out. Place is loud. Nice. It's got to be rowdy there, I bet. All right, Jack Eichel versus Logan Cooley here now, down low in the Las Vegas zone. Face-off one back by the Golden Knights. McNabb off the boards, kept by Cooley. Cooley down low then for Marino. Marino behind the net then. Gunther off the boards. Howden will play it through center. Broken up then as it slides back down low into the Las Vegas end. Shea Theodore will dump it to center. It'll slide all the way back into the Utah zone. Marino fighting with Smith. Back down low for Schmidt. Anderson will dump it down low here into the Vegas end. Schmidt off the boards then for Smith. Up top, Hannafin to Anderson. Dumps it around behind the net. Final 2 minutes of play here in overtime. Remember, we'll keep on going. Schmidt battling for it down low now with Anderson. Time will tick down. Dowd clears it around behind the net, then up top to Hannafin. Hannafin down low now for Dowd. Shot on is blocked. To the corner. 1:30 to go. Marner, as Vegas sets up. Marner shoots it. Tipped in front by Eichel and wide. Korzak keeps it in. Riley Smith on the right side. Got to be careful when they hem you in. Marner down low. Korzak a shot. Just wide. Down low now in the corner. Smith to Korzak. Korzak to Stone. Robbed by Vejmelka. What a stop by Vejmelka on Stone. Ruber, please do not spam. I don't want to have to give you a timeout. Please do not spam. What's up, Red Wings? How we doing? Who's still here? Who's been here the whole time? Face off in the Utah zone. Sergachev will backhand this one to center, approaching the final minute of play here in the overtime. Here's Eichel in front, denied by Vejmelka, and cleared away. Howden, down to Eichel, pass in front, broken up, in front, they score! Shea Theodore, overtime winner, and the Golden Knights tie the series. In the final minute of overtime, the Golden Knights get the win and tie the series at 2 apiece. Final score, Golden Knights 5, Mammoth 4. Shea Theodore with the overtime winner. In the final minute of the overtime, and again, really just Utah could not get the puck out of their own zone, and eventually Vejmelka lost his stick. Puck went up top to Theodore. He had a wide open lane into the back of that net. Well, it's best of 3 heading back to Vegas. Game 5 is on Wednesday. Sadly, we won't be live for it, but, you know, obviously, again, if things change, maybe. Game 6, I believe, is on Friday. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the new people who joined in here. Thank you all so much. We will be back tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow for Game 5 of Oilers and Ducks. You will not want to miss that one. That should be a fun game as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. I will see you guys in the next stream.